Good evening, everyone. My name is Alvin Conte. I am the Associate Director of Admissions and Recruitment at Morehouse College. I also serve as the Athletic Liaison for the Office of Admissions. And I'm extremely excited to be here tonight to provide some vital information about athletics at Morehouse College. So we're going to go over a variety of items, and we'll detail that in the coming screens. But we're going to get our game on tonight and discover athletics at Morehouse. Tonight's presenters are myself. I will serve as your moderator. We also will have on our Director of Athletics, Harold Ellis, Morehouse class of 1992, our head basketball coach, Larry Dixon, and then also our head golf coach, Edgar Evans. So some general information about Morehouse College. Morehouse is the nation's only historically Black private liberal arts college for men. For over 150 years, we have prepared young men to change the world through leadership and service, driven by innovation, technology, global cultural dexterity, and a liberal arts foundation of knowledge and pillars of the community. Morehouse is a community with a mission. That mission is to develop men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service. So the topics we're going to cover in tonight's session, first of all, Morehouse athletics, what we do in our athletic department, our athletic teams and the recruitment context for those teams, how to start the athletic recruitment process, how to walk on at Morehouse, strategic imperatives, and how to invest in success and giving to Morehouse athletics, life of a student athlete at Morehouse, and then we're going to close out tonight with some general Q&A. So you have the opportunity to put your questions in the chat to be answered by our athletic director and our head coaches who are here tonight. So some general information about Morehouse athletics. So Morehouse, first of all, our website, our athletic website is morehouseathletics.com. Morehouse is in the NCAA. We are Division II. We are a member of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or the SIAC. Our mascot is the Maroon Tigers, and we strive to compete at the highest level. Morehouse College Athletics aspires to be a regional center of excellence, providing opportunities for advanced academic and athletic experiences that promote ethical leadership and success in a global society. Our philosophy in athletics is identical to Morehouse's mission, to develop men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service. So some of our noble alumni who've come through our athletic program. First of all, Edwin Moses, a two-time gold medal Olympian, one-time bronze winner as a hurdler. Don Clendenin, World Series most valuable player. Ramon Harewood, Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens. One of our panelists tonight, Harold Ellis, our current athletic director, played in the National Basketball Association. Jerome Bogle served as an NFL referee. And then John David Washington, who also played in the NFL and was actually in training camp with the Los Angeles Rams. So before we jump into the general presentation, I want to provide some information about tonight's presenters. We're going to start with our Director of Athletics, Harold Ellis, class of 1992. Harold Ellis was named Athletic Director at Morehouse in August of 2023. He's a 1992 graduate of Morehouse and is the only Morehouse athlete to have his jersey number retired. After a collegiate basketball career averaging more than 24 points per game and leading Morehouse to the 1989-90 NCAA Division II Final Four. After graduating from Morehouse, Ellis played for the Los Angeles Clippers and the Denver Nuggets before going into a career in coaching and sports management. Ellis has also served as the general manager and head coach of the World Basketball Association's Rome Gladiators. He went on to become the director of player personnel for the New York Knicks in 2018 before eventually joining basketball operations with the Detroit Pistons. One of the personal quotes Harold lives by is, "The only way you can be successful is to make someone else successful first." So, Mr. Ellis, I'm going to bring you on to introduce yourself and to provide a couple words about your what you look for and your what you look for in Morehouse athletics and the type of student athlete we have on our campus.
Thank you, Brother Conti. Athletics is huge at Morehouse. We're growing the brand. I have a vision that we're going to expand throughout the international space and national space. We're looking for student athletes. I mean, parents and kids, you're walking into an athletic program, which we have the highest GPAs in the conference. We are ranked nationally. We've had the highest GPAs this year we had the highest GPAs in the last 15 years. That's an accomplishment. We graduate athletes. That's what it's about. It's about being on the field, but it's about promoting young African-American men. We educate the most African-American men in the world. So I'm just letting you know, when you're coming into our athletic program, you're coming to graduate. I'm one of the few ADs in the America that check grades. Matter of fact, we're mid-semester, so I check all my players' grades. I'm on top of it. And if I know you personally, I might give you a personal call if your kid is not on track. That's what we do at Morehouse. When you leave your kids at Morehouse, it's like leaving your kids with your grandmama, your aunt, your daddy, your uncle. We take over as parents, and we give in athletics, we give our kids a safe space to grow. And then we can talk later down the road, but that's what I want to explain about athletics at Morehouse College.
Thank you so much, Brother Ellis. And we're going to bring on our next presenter. And our next presenter is our head basketball coach, Coach Larry Dixon. Larry Dixon was named the 14th head basketball coach for Morehouse on May 14, 2025, ushering a new era for the Maroon Tigers basketball program. With over 20 years of collegiate coaching experience, Coach Dixon is respected for his track record of building strong programs and developing standout players. Before Morehouse, Dixon served as an assistant coach at North Carolina State, helping guide the team to an ACC tournament championship in the NCAA Final Four appearance in 2023-24. He previously spent 5 seasons at South Florida, where he contributed to a record-setting turnaround season in the CBI championship in 2019. At South Florida, Dixon was instrumental in building one of the nation's top defensive teams and developing all-conference talent. He also brings a wealth of experience from assistant coaching roles at Georgia Southern, Winthrop, East Carolina, South Carolina State, and St. Andrews College. Coach Dixon started his career as a head coach at the high school level and as a 4-year player at Johnson C. Smith University, where he earned team awards for improvement and defense. A native of Salisbury, North Carolina, Coach Dixon is dedicated to excellence on and off the court and is a proud father of 2, Devin and Leah. So, Coach Dixon, I want to bring you on and provide some additional information about yourself and the Morehouse basketball program.
Well, thank you, Brother Conte. I'm just excited to be here. Thank you to the parents that's on here, just to spend a little time with us. The first thing I like to say is our program is based on young men getting a degree. I tell our guys all the time, you can't have success on the court if you're not doing the right thing in the classroom. We want to be excellent on the court, but we want to be excellent in the classroom too, because I'm a firm believer you can't pick and choose what you're going to be great in. You got to want to be great in everything. And our goal doesn't change here. One, we want to have great academics on our team, but also we want to win championships. Our goal every year is to get to the NCAA tournament with a chance to advance. There's only been 2 HBCUs in the history of Division II basketball that's won a national championship, and that was Virginia Union and North Carolina Central. And I played against both of those teams. I know what it looks like. And I told A.D. Ellis the other day, I believe that you can win a national championship here at Morehouse. So that is our goal every year. But our goal is also to have success in the classroom. And again, it's a direct translation and parallelization. When you can have success in the classroom, usually good things that happen for you on the court. So I just think the vision of A.D. Ellis is parallel to my goals as a coach to educate young men and provide them with a good lifestyle. Because I tell our guys all the time, if I had not got my degree, I'll be back in Salisbury hanging out with my boys on the block. So my degree has taken me a long further way than that basketball has. But I'm thankful and blessed to be the head basketball coach here. And it's been 5 months and it's gone by quickly. But we'll talk about a little bit of the recruiting process a little later. But thank you again for taking time to join us tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach Dixon. And I'm going to introduce our final panelist for tonight, our head golf coach, Edgar Evans. Edgar Evans Jr. was named the head golf coach at Morehouse in March of 2024. Hailing from Augusta, Georgia, Coach Evans serves as the director of golf instruction at the prestigious Atlanta Country Club, where he authored the golf instructional book, Flawless, and oversaw the Women's Golf Association, ran junior camps, and organized corporate clinics. As an entrepreneur, Edgar is a showrunner and host of the golf television program Saturday Foursome, and the proud owner of the faith-based shoe company Edgar Golf Shoes. The television series, originally aired on local Peachtree TV, now reaches 4 regional sports networks in 30 states across the country and features Coach Evans playing golf with notable figures while navigating insightful conversations. Coach Evans' mission at Morehouse is to build men of character while aiming for championship success. Leveraging his personal and corporate connections, he plans to assist the team in obtaining world-class facilities. Coach Evans envisions a team that not only excels on the course, but also influences golf fashion, promotes growth in the game, and redefines the standards of a successful golf program on a global scale. So, Coach Evans, I want to bring you on to talk more about the golf program at Morehouse and what you're looking for in prospective student athletes.
Brother Kate, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here, excited to speak to all the students and parents. I think, what I'm looking for in a prospective team member is someone who's willing to come here and work hard in the classroom, and work hard at being the best golfer they can be. As any coach will probably tell you, and something I always tell my students is, being a student athlete is not easy. You have to be able and have the will to go above and beyond, because we have early morning workouts. We practice after class, and Morehouse is an academically rigorous school. So I'm always very upfront and honest with everybody about the expectations that comes with being a student athlete. But as I also tell the young men on my team, there's nothing more rewarding than working so hard for a goal and then achieving it. And so with the golf team, we're really working hard to push the envelope on what a golf program can look like, to have the best facilities in the country, to make sure when you graduate, you are on track to have a 6-figure job with a corporation that we have relationships with, to travel well, to do all the things that, we could envision a golf program doing. And so we try to set a standard of excellence and exceed it. And, I'm really excited to share more about the program, share more about what we're doing, the walk-on process. So if you have any questions, please think about it. And then at the end, I'd love to answer anything that you have.
Thank you so much, Coach Evans. And we are next going to go into some general information about the Department of Athletics. Obviously, our vision is to be recognized as a premier athletic program that nurtures talent, promotes sportsmanship, consistently competes at the highest level, preparing student athletes for success on and off the field of play. Our mission is to provide a comprehensive and enriching athletic experience for student athletes, fostering personal and athletic growth, academic excellence, and a lifelong passion for sports. And then finally, our values include stewardship, leadership, sportsmanship, and fellowship. Athletic Director Ellis, my apologies for stealing some of your thunder. I'm going to bring you back on, and we're going to go into our presentation tonight, and we're going to start off with our athletic program and what we do. Take it, Coach Ellis.
Okay. Well, basically, those four pillars, stewardship, leadership, sportsmanship, all this. But what we do in athletics operates is about operational excellence, student athletic experience, community engagement, and maintenance and facility plan. Operational excellence, we have to operate at a high level at Morehouse. I mean, we do it academically, but we need to do it in athletic, and that's what we're striving to achieve. And we're on our way to the top. I mean, I got two of the best coaches in the college on the call this evening. Both those guys, as you heard, talked about leadership, and they talked about winning championships. Coach, you don't get a lot of wins as an athletic director, but with these two hires, with Coach Evans and Coach Dixon, these guys are great. They understand the mission. They understand the assignment for Morehouse student athletes. And we graduate players, we want to win, but it's all about graduation today. And Dr. Bowman, our new president, he's all on board with athletics, and he's all about graduating kids. And that's the main goal. Student athlete experience. Hey, look, one of the biggest things now with our student athlete experience, we have a national brand, and we've traveled the most in the last 2 years that I've been here than we've ever traveled for. We've been to San Francisco for the NBA All-Star game. We've been into New York for the New York Classic HBCU game. We've been to Harvard to play the football game. And we was in Montgomery last weekend. We won the Montgomery Tuskegee Classic last weekend as a football. It's the student athlete experience. I want these kids to have memories forever. I'm a member of Morehouse. I remember my freshman year in '88. I remember stuff that happened then. We didn't travel as much, but these kids and your kids that are coming to Morehouse next year and from years going forward will experience a life-changing environment. We're going to take this brand all around the world. Community engagement. We're partnering with the YMCA. We partner with Walmart. It's a couple of people we partner with. We have a First 500 with one of our alumni associations. I mean, the community engagement is huge. They come to each game, football, basketball, track. We get out in the community, we sell it, we show our brand, our kids out there. That comes down to the citizenship award that we won last year. Well, my first year we won the citizenship award. That's about being in the community. We engage. We look for people to engage. We find partnerships with a purpose, and that's the main thing. Maintenance and facility plan. When you guys come to BT Harvey for homecoming, if you guys make it down, we've enhanced the stadium. We've done the Forbes Arena where we play basketball. We have a new facility going up on the middle of campus where our tennis courts used to go, and that's about the facility plan. Donors are involved. They're investing money. They're investing in your kids' future. So that's big on the maintenance and facility plan. Safety and health. We're following the rules at Morehouse. That's one thing we're doing. We're following the rules. Your kids are safe at Morehouse. We call it a safe space. Like I said, we educate the most American Black men in the world, and we do it at a high level. You know, we kind of call it Black excellence at a high level, and that's what we do. Performance management. Look, we make sure we have mental health counseling. We make sure we have tutors. We have to take care of our boys off the court and off the field. We do a really good job. We have a guy, Dr. Alexander. We have a lot of people that's involved in helping kids at Morehouse make it with the performance management. Leadership is all about coaching. I say this all the time. You got two of the best coaches on the call. We have our track coach, Coach Willie here, who's probably the best coach in the country and the best coach in Morehouse College history. That's the kind of leadership. He's graduated more young men than any coach that's ever walked the campus. So understand, if you're coming into track and field with the coaches in track and field, you are coming into a great environment. The culture, the brand, we start everywhere. We start from the cafeteria to the football field, to the basketball field, to the McBay Map building, and to the president's office. you can you can come to Morehouse and you can actually set up a appointment with the president, Dr. Bowman. I think it's unbelievable that he has that kind of open access. The athletic department, you can come into my office. We have key people in the athletic department. Miss Wilson, we have Eddie Drew, we have Roach, we have the basketball coach. We have a lot of people that helps build the culture. The branding goes back to what I said. We're a national brand. Over the last 2 years, we've traveled all over the country, the continental United States, and I'm gonna continue to do it because I want to give kids lifelong memories. Like I said, we had the NBA All-Star Game, that's San Francisco. We had the Montgomery Classic, that's in Alabama. We've been all over, and it's been really successful with our alumni. Compliance, that falls under one of our assistant ADs, Andre Roach. We're on top of compliance. Kids are in his office every day trying to get compliant. And that's basically staying eligible, knowing the rules, and keeping our eligibility up with the conference. That's the compliance part of it. Enhanced game day experience. We're going to have a big weekend this weekend. It's our homecoming. We do the best job in the country at doing homecoming. We have a guy, Henry Goodgame, who's a Morehouse alumnus. He runs the homecoming brand, and he does it at a high level. Athletics will be at the stadium. The president will be there. I'll be there. Goodgame will be there, and our whole staff will be there helping enhance the game day experience. It's one of the best in the world that we do at a high level. Community engagement, I talked about this. We have local media. Look, we have a radio station that we're partnered with that you can do a radio show. Your kid, if he becomes player of the week or if he just wants to get on the radio, we have that in one of our alumni. Donors. Donors are folks who growth endowment funds. The donors at Morehouse, they're incredible. We get incredible gifts. I'm always asking, and they're giving, and they really want to improve the athletic program, especially under the new president, Dr. Bowman. He's done a great job with speaking to donors, and we're out in the streets. When we were in New York this year, we had the New York Classic. He and I went suite to suite talking to different donors, and I think that's huge that a president gets involved in athletics, and not only for athletics, by being a Morehouse guy. I think it's huge for what he's doing with donors in the future that's coming up. Enhanced website campaigns. At homecoming, you'll see a lot of QR codes about giving to athletics, but also it's, I'm on a selfish way, I want everybody to give to athletics, and I want us to improve. But in actuality, we need to get a Morehouse College. We do a great job at it. We got to improve the whole total campus to get the top tier athletes. A lot of people don't understand. So we need new dormitories. We need new buildings. We need new biology buildings, science buildings, business. We need all that. All that helps in the recruiting process for a student athlete. It's huge. Next slide. Teams and recruitment contacts. So basically we have football, basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country. On the next few slides, you'll see the contacts. Parents, please reach out to these individuals for your recruiting process. Let's get it started. You're in the 10th grade, 11th grade, let's get it started. The earlier you get started in the Morehouse process for recruiting is better. We can get you in. You can get to know the coaches. We can see your film. And on the next slide, you'll see the contacts of, all these sports, the football, basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country. We need the video. We need to know your GPA. I'll explain that all in a few seconds. Okay. Football, we have Alan Edwards. He's the general manager of football. I brought him on last year. I thought that a lot of bigger schools have the general manager, and I think it's a huge position. He takes care of the recruiting. reach out to him. He gets the rankings, he gets your size, he gets all your measurements for football, and he's awesome. We're having 50 kids come to the campus this weekend. Will be great for homecoming, for recruiting. Basketball, we got our head coach, Larry Dixon, and I'm going to say this again. He's seen what it looks like for top players. He's had NBA players. He's had high-level Division I players. And I think it's huge that he's part of the recruiting process. So if your kid is able and play at that level, Coach Dixon knows what it looks like. He knows how to get him to Morehouse College. Track and field and cross country, we have, let's talk about it. We have probably one of the best programs in the country. We're led by an incredible man that has coached millions probably of guys over the years. So he's been successful. We won the cross country championship last year. We're on track this year to do the same thing. And Coach Hill and Coach Dumas. Coach Dumas is the recruiting coordinator, but they both do a good job at that. Baseball, we got a world-class baseball coach and Coach Grissom. He's a former pro baseball player. He does a good job with his group. And I'm going to tell you about the baseball team. They have one of the highest GPAs. He graduates kids. He had a star kid last year, and he's on the team this year, Elijah Pinckney. And Pinckney is is a poster child for our Morehouse athletics, period. He's a 3.9 GPA student. He's an all-star baseball player, and he's all under the tutelage of Coach Grissom, Coach Edwards, Coach Ron. All those guys are really, really, really good with baseball. Golf, I'm gonna tell you, this is one of the best decisions that I made in golf recruiting and golf hiring. Coach Evans has been tremendous. He was instrumental in getting us our golf simulator. He was instrumental in changing our golf program look. We have some of the top kids academically, and we have some of the top kids athletically in our program. He has another kid coming next year, but our golf, we've done a 360 in golf. And if you guys are interested, any parents or any students interested in our golf program, please reach out to him and he can make it happen. So this is a big thing for the parents. Morehouse Athletics reaching out to our coaches. You got to get an NCAA ID number. That's huge because you cannot play collegiate sports unless you get this ID number. Your current contact info and social media handles. I'm going to tell you, parents, make sure your kids have a clean handle on their social media because we look at stuff like that. Morehouse is, like I said, we're an academic school, but we also a school of integrity. So make sure your social media is clean. Your age, graduation year, name of your high school, we need to know it. We need to talk to your high school coach and their contact information. I understand, say, basketball or has AAU coaches and football has 7-on-7 coaches. We need your high school coaches' information. That's the best way for us to contact your kids. Height, weight, stats, position, events, and times. Times are really huge in track. Football, your 40 time, but track, we need to know what you're running, the 100, the 400, the hurdles. We need to know all that information. Your honors and awards, talk about what you've been successful in high school. We need to know. A lot of times, I'm a basketball guy. So if you're a big time rebounder in high school, a lot of times that transfers to college and then it transfers to the pros. So understand, we need your correct stats. GPA and test scores, huge at Morehouse College. Right now, I think our average for the regular student is like 3.7 in a 1400 SAT. That's what we're looking at Morehouse. So the competitiveness to get in our college is hard. It always has been. Now, athletes, we might can look at it and see if we can slide that scale, but understand you got to have at least a 3.2 coming in the door if you want to be an athlete and get money to be it. You can get in Morehouse, but you want to be able to get money at Morehouse. And links. Links to the game and film highlights, very important. That's Huddle Film. Everybody has Huddle, and it's huge in the high school space. get your huddle film and get it right. If you need help, get your high school coach or get an assistant coach to help you with huddle film. Like I said, we got guys like Alan Edwards, Coach Edwards. We got Coach Dixon. In track, we got huddle film. We just need the huddle film. We can make a true evaluation of your kid. Okay, up and coming varsity sports. Lacrosse, soccer, and swimming. Now, soccer and swimming were previous sports at Morehouse College. On this list also, we'll have tennis. Tennis will be coming back. We're trying to make these varsity sports. It's a process. It's going to take time to actually do, but lacrosse I consider an educational sport. Lacrosse kids are all high IQ kids. It's traditionally been like that. I want to get lacrosse back to Morehouse. We have a lacrosse club now. That's a high level club. We have Coach Watson that's doing a great job with our lacrosse. We beat 4 Division I schools this year. So I'm going to tell you, lacrosse is coming, and he does an outstanding job with the lacrosse program. Our kids, he's having an alumni lacrosse game for the first time this year at homecoming, which would be incredible. Soccer, our soccer guy does a good job also. We want to eventually get that to the NCAA level. And swimming, historically, we have done excellent in swimming for the last 30 years. I want to get swimming back. I think it's a positive sport. I think more African Americans need to be focused on swimming. And I think that's one of the areas that Morehouse can really excel in when we get swimming going again. Starting the athletic recruitment process. Okay, scholarship overview and athletic recruiting at Morehouse. Scholarships. Unlike Division I, Division II scholarships are often partial and may cover only a portion of the tuition, room, board, and books. Athletes may need to provide a combination of athletic and academic needs. So it's basically, look, the higher your GPA is and you play a sport in high school, the more money we can give you. Now, scholarships at our level, it's an annual reevaluation. Scholarships are year to year. But I'm going to tell you this, one thing about Morehouse College, if your academic grades and your standards are high and you maintain the right grades, your money continues to come. That's one thing about us. We're student first, you're athlete next. But when it comes down to academics anyway, we give money to the students with the highest academic prowess. Athletic resume, we already talked about it, skills and highlight video, athletic stats, academic transcripts, ACT, SAT scores. And social media, I told you about social media. Please, parents, kids, check your social media. People have lost scholarships because of social media. We are a school that follows it. I can give you an example. We had a kid last year, social media was not positive, and we had to make a decision on him coming to Morehouse College. At the end of the day, we stand with Benjamin E. Mays, we stand with Martin Luther King, we stand with Samuel Jackson, Spike Lee, we stand with all these guys, Dr. Bowman. We stand with all these guys that represent Morehouse College in a positive way, and that's what we're looking for. Oh, big time. I tell everybody, so when you guys come to campus, and if I'm available, I like giving a personal tours to the athletes. I might be the only athletic director in the country that gives personal tours. I love doing it. I love seeing the kids when they first get on campus. I love seeing their eyes look at our students. I love the parents looking at our campus. Start communicating with the coaches. You know, with the basketball coach, I give all the parents a heads up. Hey, go in there and go talk to the basketball coach. Talk about watching film with him. Talk about what their success looks like in basketball. How can you help the program? What's your best position? Can you be a role player? Can you add to the mystique at Morehouse? I love it. The recruiting process starts with the kid and the parents reaching out to the coach first. I'm going to tell you, it's easier because honestly, years of doing this, 20 years of being in professional sports and being in college, it's always good to build a relationship with the coaches, head coaches and assistant coaches, and then make follow-up calls. Make the follow-up calls. It's huge when you make follow-up calls, but coaches think you care. And when they think you care, they invest more into your kids. All right, here we go. Manage your college recruiting process. Check your eligibility. Find out if you got all the core classes to play in college. I'm telling you this, not for only Morehouse, I'm talking about for any college you're going to attend, please check your eligibility. Attend camps. We have football camps. We have basketball camps this year. Attend a camp. Get your kid in front of our coaches where we can know him. And I'm telling you, that's the best way. If our coaches understand you, understand your kid, and they see that you invested in coming to a camp at Morehouse, that makes your kid look better, and that makes your kid shine amongst other kids that's out there. Visit Morehouse. Schedule a campus visit. Now, I'm selfish. I say you schedule a campus visit with me because I'm going to make sure you see everything on the campus. I'm going to tell you everything you need. I've been involved in this campus about 35 years, 35 to 40 years. So I know the campus, I know the people, but schedule a visit. Let your kid come to campus and see what Morehouse excellence looks like. If we're on the right day, I can even take you to the president's office and we can go in the president's office. You can have a sit down with him. But I'm going to tell you this, visit the campus. It will blow your mind. Parents and kids that never been to Morehouse College, you've never seen that kind of Black excellence anywhere in the world. We have the best product in the country. We have some of the best professors. We have the best senior leadership. We are top of the line as far as academics, period. And stay engaged. Stay engaged. So staying engaged is like, hey, reaching out to each department that you're making a relationship with on the campus, whether it's biology, whether it's the chapel, whether it's athletics, or whether it's Gloucester Hall and senior leadership. Stay engaged, because being engaged at Morehouse means connections, and that makes it easier for your student athlete. Okay, here we go. Walking on to Morehouse. I think I'm going to let the basketball coach run with walking on at Morehouse College and the golf coach.
Well, I'll jump in real quick, Coach, and you can take it up from there. We give guys that come on campus an opportunity. This past year, at the beginning of the semester, we had a three-day walk-on, and give everybody a chance. Everybody and parents, I'm a parent, so I understand it. Everybody thinks their kid is the greatest, but we're going to give them a chance, and we actually got a kid that's kind of walked on this year, and if it ended today, he would be in the rotation. If you can play, we're gonna take a strong look at you and give you an opportunity. And we're recruiting guys, and some kids come in on an academic scholarship. That's like why ADL said it's important to get the highest grades possible. If you can do that, you become more valuable in a lot of ways. So, yeah, that's kind of how we do it in basketball. And then even this past, when I first got the job, we had 2 open gym camps, 2 different weekends that we invited guys down, and they came in and played a little open gym. So we get a chance to put our eyes on it. But like ADL has said, we will have some camps. And it's important to get your kid in front of us, and so we can see you, even if you're just a rising junior. That way we can start building a relationship. And again, those grades are really, really important, because the higher GPA you got, the more valuable you are. And Coach Evans, you can kind of talk along those lines.
Hey, Coach, before you start, Coach Evans, let me jump in real quick. So, going back to the basketball walk-ons, so we started this Den of Honor. We started Den of Honor for basketball. One of our Den of Honor guys is Larry Lewis. He's now one of the coaches in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Aces. They just won a WNBA championship. He was a walk-on at Morehouse, and he ended up being one of the top players in school history. I say he's like the most talented kid to come through Morehouse College. So understand, walk-ons at Morehouse, it has always been a real serious issue. We take it serious, and you can rise to the top, to the cream de la cream of Morehouse College athletics. Okay, Coach, go ahead, Coach.
Nah, I love that. Just to piggyback off what both of you said, I mean, GPA is so important. It helps the coach a ton because we can get you more aid to get into college, to get into Morehouse. So that's really big to focus on your academics. For golf, one thing I've always loved about golf since I first started playing is that, there's no opinions when it comes to this. Your score is everything. Luckily for us, the golf program's been doing so well that, I have 2 or 3 people email me a day asking to be a part of our golf team. So the interest level is very high, and that's a great thing. But one thing you want to do when you're trying to be on the golf team or any team that you may want to be in, like ADL has said, is you want to make contact with that coach and you want to follow up and call. Again, I get emails every day about people wanting to be a part of the program. But the young men that really stand out are the ones that I can actually pick up the phone and have a conversation with me. Coach, hey, what are you looking for? What does it take to get on your team? What kind of scores do I need to be shooting? And I will be honest with you, there have been some young men that may not have had the talent at the time to come play for us. But I always tell them, if you have a question about the process, if you want to ask me about another program that you may be a good fit for, I have helped them and reached out to even other programs, because at the end of the day, I'm sure Coach Dixon would say the same thing. We want what's best for you. We think Morehouse, of course, selfishly is the best option that is out there in the world. But if it's not a fit, we want to help you out because, your success as a man means the most to us. Now, when it comes to walking on for the golf team, in your email, please, of course, in your GPA, but also send me a list of your golf tournament scores, any junior tournaments that you've played in, because that'll give us a nice view into if you'll be fit for a scholarship. Now, we look for a tournament average around a 75. But if you're not quite there yet, let's say you're in the high 70s and you want to eventually walk on to Morehouse, there's always an avenue. There's 2 young men here that we went out to the golf course with, spent some time with, let them play with the team to see where they're at, and let them know, hey, this is what you need to work on. Come back and see us. One thing about golf is if you put in the work, you will improve, and you're going to get out what you put into it. So there's always a pathway. I think any coach would tell you they much rather have a young man that they can recruit that's at the school than have to go out and look for someone. So, it's very valuable if you do come to Morehouse and it's in your heart and you want to give it your all and try your best and try to get to the scores that we need to compete at a high level. We'd be more than happy to have you on the golf team. So there's always a pathway, but the big thing is communication. Pick up the phone and call after you send that email. I'll be more than happy to speak with you and create a pathway for you to make it on the golf team.
We can go to the next slide. Hey, this is a great question. Do walk-ons get scholarships? Walk-ons have the potential in golf, football, basketball, potential to get scholarship money. These coaches are experts, and they see when kids need money. So yes, you have a big time potential to get money. I tell a story, a couple of times coming in the door at Morehouse with the basketball program. Everybody didn't get money, but they worked their way into the starting lineup. Just like in golf, you work your way into the rotation. Yes, we like to find those guys. Those guys are diamonds in the rough. We love them. So yes, walk-ons can eventually get money. They can take a job. And I tell all our walk-ons, now I don't necessarily, I'm not on the golf course, but in the basketball, I tell all guys, go take a job and I'm sure Coach Evans is like that also. We want kids to come out there and take a position. I believed it when I was at Morehouse, and I believe it now. I came in and I wanted to take a job. Take a job. They are open. It's like that in football, all our sports. You have a chance to win scholarship money. So every sport is different with a walk-on process. Coach Dixon kind of explained it to you, his walk-on process. That's usually at the beginning of the school year. You kind of have to have your physical. You have to be, healthy, and then you have to reach out to the coach. And of course, he has a 3-day tryout, or sometimes it's longer than that. And Coach Evans does the same thing. I know he had a tryout last year, and it's like that with every sport. Football, with film and summertime, those kids get here early. For football, like 2 weeks before the season starts, that's a tryout process also. But like I said, walk-ons at Morehouse are we do a good job with walk-ons, and a lot of the kids walk on at Morehouse. They found out they want to play football, they want to play basketball, whether it's golf. We do a good job at evaluating the talent for walk-ons. Invest in success given to athletics. So, help support and increase the student athlete academic performance to achieve cumulative GPAs of 3.2 or higher. That's a goal at Morehouse. I want to get everybody to 3.2. Let's not get it misunderstood. We are at 3.1. We're doing really good. Graduation rate, 75% of scholar athletes within 4 years. We graduate them in 4 years. We graduate our athletes. I tell people, if you want a 2.4 in Morehouse, a 2.3 in Morehouse, you're not going to graduate. That's not what we do. We graduate our kids at a high level. 50% of annual funding contributes from athletic alumni. We do. We have a big time athletic guy that donates to athletics. We are increasing that funding. It's been awesome over the last 2 to 3 years. We really increased our funding in athletics, which is huge. Every year goal, win the SIC Commissioners Cup, win the SIC Citizenship Award. This year, we won the Commissioners Cup. It was the first time we won it as an AD, the first time we won it in 11 years since the first year it was incorporated. The SIC Citizenship Award. I think this is a softball for Morehouse Athletics. It's about us getting in the community, expanding our brand, whether it's at a food bank, whether it's at a nursing home, whether it's cutting somebody's grass. I said this year I was on a mission and making sure our young men are all over the city, in the YMCA, the Boys Club, everywhere. That's huge for Morehouse Athletics. I think it's more than being on the field. It's about being in the workplace. And it goes back to my motto. The only way you can be successful, you make somebody successful first. And it starts with younger kids and us being role models. Rooted in the foundation of college mission to produce self-confident leaders who are engaged in their communities and the world around. Student athletes are paramount to the comprehensive Morehouse experience. Look, I go back into it. We're going to travel around the world with our brand. We're going to take these boys around the country. This year, we played in San Francisco for the basketball, and it increased our application process. We were seen in international countries. It's the only school, Division II school. I put it to the test. We have the best schedule in Division II in basketball and football. We travel more than any Division II school in the country. Our brand is world renowned. I'm just telling you, if you want to come to a place where you're going to go around the world, this is the place you need to be. Morehouse College is the best. Now, I'm talking about athletics, but we're going to talk about Glee Club. We're going to talk about the band. We're going to talk about our academic international students. We got the best brand in the business. Dr. Bowman is trying to grow it into a mega brand, in which we already are there, but he's going to help us take it to a bigger level than anything, and athletics is right behind him. and making this brand be huge. Life of a student athlete at Morehouse, very different than anywhere else. So, a student athlete at Morehouse is different. This is not like being at a bigger school where football and basketball and baseball is more important. A student athlete at Morehouse, you have to go to class. That's the biggest thing. Don't come to Morehouse if you're not trying to go to class. We produce student athletes, and exactly what it means, student athletes. Now, when we have games, we get permission to leave class. We have a permission notice, but you still got to make up your work. It's an academic school first. I want to emphasize that our school is about building men over 4 years. We create men over 4 years that will last 40 years in the workforce. Listen to what I'm saying. At Morehouse, if you give us 4 years, we're going to give you 40 back. And as parents, you got to love it. The student athletes, look, you can join different clubs, fraternities, you can join different social clubs, but at the end of the day, at Morehouse College, that student athlete experience, you're going to have to do your schoolwork and you have to play in the classroom. And it can be tough, but I'm going to tell you this. It's been many of people and many of boys and young men that have done it, both. And they go on to be successful doctors, lawyers, teachers, coaches, everything. But a student athlete experience Morehouse, it can be incredible, but you got to be on top of your schoolwork. And I'm going to tell you, the teachers and professors at Morehouse will help you and guide you in the right direction. Here we go, athletic accomplishments. I just want to read some of the stuff that we've had over the last 2 years. Commissions Award, first time in 11 years, 2024-25. We won the Citizenship Award, 2023-24. Look, this year we won a Tuskegee Classic, which he hadn't won in years. And we got $100,000 to do it. But let me tell you about the Morehouse connection. The mayor of Montgomery is a Morehouse ex-football player. We got together and we took this deal to Montgomery, and we had 17,000 people at the stadium. Huge, expanding the brand in Montgomery. That's recruiting for Alabama. That's big time for us. The HBC All-Star in Oakland, California, like I said, we were in California. Our San Francisco, Oakland alumni, they jumped in. They had a big time brunch for us, but that's not where we won. We won on our applications. After that weekend, we had an increase in applications for the college, which actually brings more money to the college. We were international that weekend. So first time ever first take, that Stephen A. Smith show. That's the first time they came to the campus last year. I remember people saying, man, there's no way it can be successful because our kids will be in class. I'm going to tell you this. Our young men showed up and showed out. First take was there. It was one of the best first takes ever. It was on the campus. It was incredible. Our young men enjoyed it. And we went out and played Clark the next day, but it was big time exposure. It's exposure at a college that we couldn't pay for. We had 3 hours exposure on ESPN that you can't pay for Morehouse College. That's huge in the grand scheme of things. Arthur Blank's partnership. This is, again, Arthur Blank. So, he's the Falcons owner. It was big time. He gave us money to build a golf simulator. We probably got, we're one of definitely first HBCU in the city, but Coach Evans and we had a committee of people fighting for this partnership, and it ended up happening. They also did the weight room, and Coach Evans, next time, Coach Evans, you got to have pictures of our new golf locker room, our country club golf style locker room that you got to show off. But that's a great partnership. Let's go to Magic Johnson partnership. Magic Johnson partnership is not only athletics. Okay, yes, he gave athletics money, but he basically enhanced all the food spaces, the food venues on campus. Magic Johnson is a billionaire. It's a company that we want to get partnered with, and we look for more things to come. He's been great. Magic Johnson, Charles Johnson, they've all been great as far as helping Morehouse progress. And actually, Dr. Bowman and I got a chance to meet the Magic Johnson Partnership Group, the Sodesco Magic Group in New York. So they have a big event coming up for Dr. Bowman, which is going to be great. We're going to go to the West Coast, and we'll see how that ends up. But that's a great partnership. This year, we did the Boston Classic at Harvard. I thought it was huge for our young men. A lot of our kids go on and go to graduate school at Harvard University, and it was a good time for our athletes to see Harvard. We played at Harvard Stadium. It's one of the historically oldest stadiums in America. We went up there. It was a great experience to go to Boston. Like I said, it's going to be lifetime memories for your young men. Us traveling to all these historic places, your kids are going to love it. It's going to be an unbelievable experience for those guys. Here's a closing quote. Everybody knows Benjamin Mays. He's one of the guys that put the mystique in Morehouse men. He's was an awesome, leader from Morehouse College. But I'm gonna switch over to Martin Luther King's quote. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the times of challenges and controversy. I'm gonna read that one just because, parents and students, Morehouse College is not easy. You're going to have some bumps in the road at Morehouse College. It's going to be some challenges. But I'm going to tell you this. People like Benjamin Mays, people like Martin Luther King, let's throw in Dr. Bowman, let's throw in professors on campus. Listen to me. It's going to be challenges and controversy dealing with Morehouse College. But it's going to prepare them, and it's going to prepare these guys for life. I'm telling you, I can't sell it even more. I tell people, and I said it earlier, let us get 4 years of your son. Let us get 4 years of your son. And I guarantee you, they're going to give 40 years back in their life. That's my closing quote. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, because that's not Morehouse College, but where he stands in times of challenges and controversy. Now, that's Morehouse College.
Well, thank you so much, A.D. Ellis. Thank you for that presentation. Thank you, Coach Evans. Thank you, Coach Dixon. And I hope everyone tonight got a more detailed glimpse about what athletics means at Morehouse College, where we're going in terms of the goals of our athletic programs, also in terms of what the vision is for athletics at Morehouse College. So our next step right now, we're going to open it up for Q&A. So we already have several questions in the chat, and I want to bring A.D. Ellis back on. First of all, we're going to go through upcoming events.
Okay.
Let's go through our upcoming events next. Yes, so we have a information session coming up this upcoming Thursday on our campus. If you are in the Atlanta area or visiting area for our homecoming this week, we invite you to join us for our Atlanta Regional Homecoming Info Session. Again, it's this Thursday, October 16th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. You'll see the link to register at the bottom of the page. So this will be a wonderful opportunity for you to visit our campus during homecoming week and learn more about Morehouse, learn about the admissions process, learn about the type of student we look for, visit the campus, and see if Morehouse get a glimpse and see if Morehouse is the right place for you. So definitely go ahead and make sure you register for our upcoming info session this upcoming Thursday, October 16th at 5:30 on our campus. So once you go ahead and register, you'll receive information in terms of the details and logistics for the event. But it's this Thursday on campus at 5:30 p.m. We also have upcoming on Saturday, November 8th, our Saturday showcase, another virtual info session. If you can't make it to campus, we would love to invite you virtually to join us for a virtual info session. Again, Saturday, November 8th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That is Eastern time. And you can register online at the link at the bottom of the page. So again, if you can't get to campus, but you want to learn more about Morehouse College, please join our virtual info session. We'll have various admissions staff, and that will be led by Mr. Michael Gum, class of 2010, our director of admissions. We also have various faculty on our campus. And you also see on this page Dr. Adria Welcher, who's one of the most esteemed faculty members on our campus at Morehouse College. So her, amongst others, will be involved in our virtual info session on Saturday, November 8th. So yes, now we will go into Q&A. So if you haven't already, put your question in the chat. We're going to try to get to as many as possible. And I'm going to jump into the chat right now and start with the first question. Coaches, if you see a question or hear a question that you want to jump on and answer, please do. And let's go ahead and get started. So first question, does Morehouse have any camps for interested student athletes? So I'll let anyone jump in and handle that question. Do we have any camps that we host on campus for prospective student athletes?
Oh, okay, well, I'll let Coach Dixon on. Well, Coach Dixon just got here, and Coach Dixon will be having basketball camps going forward. And our football coaches will have a football camp going forward. So we do have camps, recruiting camps going forward. And also, just throw in for Coach Dixon, he can speak more on it. But we also have not only camps, Coach, you will have people come in the gym for like tryouts in the spring, right? Is that when you usually do it?
Yeah, we will have, and I don't have the dates, so you probably got to check on the website as it gets near. We're going to try to get the dates lined up in December for our summer camps with different age groups, and then we'll have also some open tryouts as well. And we just got to solidify those dates around December, January, and then we will start to promote them out through social media on our website and those type things. So that's kind of how the camps work. And then we'll have prospect camps if your kids in JUCO, because we will sign some JUCO kids. But NCAA rules will not allow us to have those camps till after their last year have been completed. So it's kind of a little tidbit on that. I saw one of the questions in the chat was how many walk-ons does each program have? I think I got 5 guys on the team right now that are not getting scholarship money. And they've done it through academic money or other resources. So, and probably 2 out of those 5 will be in the rotation if it ended today. We're still evaluating, obviously, but that just goes to show you, just by quote walk on, it doesn't matter, because we treat it, if you're in our program, everybody's treated equal. Nobody knows who's getting how much money or whatever. Only me and AD Ellis and our compliance guy. But so just getting on the team is good because they get the same gear. They got a locker, got nameplate. So I think it's important to treat every kid the same once they're in the program.
I appreciate it, Coach Dixon. Our next question is, and let's stay on the subject of walk-ons. The next question is, I would like to hear information about the walk-on process for football and wrestling. Morehouse does not have a varsity wrestling team. We do have, let me know if I'm incorrect, AD Ellis, we do have a wrestling club, but we do not have a varsity wrestling team. But obviously we do have a NCAA Division II football team. So AD Ellis, could you speak a little bit more about maybe the walk-on process and the recruitment contact for our football program?
Yeah, so the walk-on process in football, it kind of starts in the spring and then it feeds over into the summer. So, I mean, reach out to Coach Edwards, Alan Edwards, and he can get you in the right direction about what you need to be as a walk-on, your film, and all the correct stuff. He can put you in touch with the coaches. Now, I'm gonna say this: we do have a wrestling club, which I just entertained the idea of trying to look at the NCAA, see what our NCAA with our compliance. I'll see what a wrestling club looks like. I think that's one of those sports that could be instrumental in being a successful person at Morehouse. I think that's a good program. And since we were talking about wrestling, let's talk about boxing. We do have a boxing club that's a high level boxing club, which I'm also going to look in the NCAA to see what that looks like for NCAA, because our boxing program, they just had a boxing event last night in Arena, which was a success. And our wrestling program has been successful as a club. So all of these sports are sports that I think that will be imperative to be successful athletics in Morehouse. But football wise, that's Coach Edwards. He'll put you in touch with the coaches. And the tryouts for football is usually in the spring and in the summer going up to the school. But here we go again. It's all fair. We look for, I mean, I've always been a guy that you look for those walk-ons where you can say you hit a home run with a kid. And I'm sure Coach Dixon is like that too. He has a kid now. He talks about all the time. That's a walk-on. That's probably going to be in the main rotation. I think that's huge when you evaluate talent. I think it's fair. And like I said, it's a kid in basketball that's now in our den of honor. That's the top players in the school history was a walk-on. That's in Larry Lewis.
Appreciate that, A.D. Ellis. Our next question, please talk about the baseball program. My son is very interested in playing baseball at Morehouse. He has already applied to Morehouse as well. So some additional information about the recruitment process for baseball at Morehouse.
Okay, so nothing against Coach Dixon, nothing against Coach Evans. I think baseball is one of our best programs. I get no complaints from our baseball coach, no parent complaints, no anything. Coach Grissom does a great job. Every year, he always asks me to keep more guys. So I think he might have 75 guys on a baseball team this year. But I'm telling you, he makes it work. They don't complain. Some of my favorite student athletes are baseball players. Like I said, we got Elijah Pinckney on baseball. That's if you open up Morehouse, if Morehouse is in the dictionary, the picture next to the guy will be Elijah Pinckney. He's a prototype student athlete. He's a really good baseball player. Probably one of the probably get drafted in the Major League Baseball coming up. He's an outstanding student. He's always in my office, and he's good. I mean, you got Coach Grissom, Coach Edwards, Coach Ron, you got Coach Skinner. All these coaches in baseball are really involved and invest in the program. It's best to reach out to Coach Grissom for the recruiting process. His brother is Marquise Grissom, the baseball player of Atlanta Braves. So he has major league ties. He played professional baseball. So I think it's best to reach out to him. But I'm gonna tell you this: those baseball guys, it's a different kind of unit. They all like each other. They all hang together. It's a different kind of culture. And I'm gonna tell you this: I think their GPA, and I probably shouldn't say, I think their GPA was like a 3.0 GPA. They all do the right thing. And I'm just telling you, they have a lot of support. We play off campus, and we're working on getting our own baseball facility, which is huge for the boys going forward. But that baseball program is top of the line. The guys that run this top of the line.
Appreciate it, A.D. Ellis. Our next question, and this question is for Coach Dixon, basketball question. Basketball players that are part of the program, is there an expectation for them to get on campus a couple of weeks early before school starts, or do they arrive on campus the same time as everyone else?
No, they come in when everybody else comes in. These crazy NCAA rules don't allow us to work with guys in the summer at the Division II level. So they'll come in when all the other students come in. So that's kind of like an unfair advantage. I would have loved to got with the guys, got them on campus early, but we can't do it per NCAA rules.
Appreciate it, Coach Dixon. Next question. Interest in lacrosse at Morehouse. What does the current lacrosse club need in order to get more positive recognition? And AD Ellis, could you talk a little bit more about the possible transition from lacrosse being a club sport to a varsity sport in the future?
Okay, we got a guy, Coach Watson. He's excellent in the lacrosse space. Our lacrosse team, they've done a really good job of building that sport. It's another one of those sports that I call it an academic sport because I think lacrosse transfer is similar to golf to me as far as getting recruited and good students. I think it goes along with football also. But Coach Watson, they've built the lacrosse program to now that we're not NCAA yet. We're working on that. But I mean, they play a national schedule and they win. They've done what we need. I mean, of course, we need more funding for it, but he also does a good job with the funding also. It'd be great if you come to Morehouse and it's just like a regular sport. So if you're on the fence about going to play lacrosse somewhere else and you want to come to Morehouse, hey, come to Morehouse, play lacrosse at a high level. We play Division I schools in lacrosse. It's our only sport. Well, we play track maybe, but we play Division I schools, and it's just an unbelievable experience for the lacrosse guys.
All right, our next question. Another, hopefully, a sport coming back to Morehouse. Any plans to develop a soccer team at Morehouse? And if so, what is the timeline for a varsity soccer program?
So with soccer, that's another sport that's been a really good sport, a high-level club. I really don't consider those intramural, just like I don't consider lacrosse because they both are high-level sports. Over the next 2 years, we've been looking at conferences for the soccer team. So we will see how that plays out. The funding will be an issue with soccer also. But we have a good group in place with soccer, man. We have a really good group in soccer. They practice on our football field. They have the same access as football and lacrosse. So over the next 2 years, now, will it be a scholarship sport to start off? I'm not sure how that looks. We have to see what the NCAA rule is on how many scholarships you give in soccer. But we're going to eventually get there, but it's going to take some time. But soccer is one of the high-end sports that we want to try to make happen.
Next question. Is your tennis program a club or a sport? And AD Ellis, you spoke about that in the presentation several minutes ago with tennis formerly being an NCAA sport at Morehouse. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that back as a varsity sport. And how does recruitment work? Or how would recruitment work if Morehouse brings back tennis as a varsity sport?
Now, I'm going to tell you this. Tennis is one of the sports that I just didn't really want to give up. I don't know if you guys know Dr. Pinky Haynes. He coached our tennis team 40 years ago. Tennis team was always our smartest kids, and they always won the conference. So that's a sport that definitely is coming back. We're building a new building on the tennis court, so that's kind of why we put tennis in pause. But that's one of the sports that that I've been told, hey, that's going to come back. Morehouse has always been tennis, and we have those coaches. Those are two great coaches too, Coach Alexander and Coach Laxon. They did a good job with tennis. And just for the record, with the tennis team, we paused the sport, but they still end up getting the money like they're playing tennis as long as they keep their grades up. So it's one of those sports that's historically been really good at Morehouse, and I really want that to happen, to come back sooner than later.
So next question is interesting. Are student athletes housed together at Morehouse? Are all student athletes housed together, or all students housed together in general? So are there student athlete houses at Morehouse, or student athletes housed with our general student population?
So here's the deal at Morehouse, and it's been like that since 1867, pretty much. So at Morehouse, we don't have like athletic dorms, and we don't have like an athletic hall. But what we do at Morehouse, which I love it, I didn't understand it back 40 years ago, but I love it. No, student athletes are housed with regular population, and it's because of a couple of reasons. We're there to go to school, and we're there to be good stewards, and we want everybody to learn with each other. So it's not like being at a bigger school where just the athletes associate athletes. At Morehouse, you have to figure out how to get out of school, and figuring out how to get out of school is not athletic. It's about student body. So our students eat together. We don't have a separate cafeteria. We all eat together. We commune together. We live together. And like I tell everybody all the time, what these parents and students need to understand. I talk to a guy every day that was on my freshman hall in Du Bois Hall. That's huge at Morehouse. And if you go around and ask students at Morehouse or previous guys that went to Morehouse, they will tell you the same story. We talk to somebody from Morehouse that's not in your sport or maybe not in your major every day since I got out of school. So I'm gonna tell you this: no, we're all together, and I love it. I love it like that. Now, one day, do I wish we have an athletic dormitory selfishly? Yeah, I wish we could all be in there, but no, we all live together.
Appreciate it, AD Ellis. I want to bring back Coach Evans and Coach Dixon for this next question. I want both of you all to address this. What makes playing basketball and playing golf different at Morehouse College? What about your sports stands out in terms of being a little different or more special on our campus? Can both of you, Coach Evans and Coach Dixon, address that?
Well, I'll jump in first. Well, one of the things that make it special for me is our AD is the only player in the history of the program to have their jersey retired. So he's got a interest in the program. Now, I give him a little trouble every now and then because we played against each other in college, and he's laughing now because he knows what I'm gonna say. But we were able to get away with that win against him. So, but he was a really good player. So he has a vested interest. He's invested in the program, and he wants us to see well. So I think that adds a little extra incentive. He comes and watches practice, and you don't want to let somebody who's been a part of the program down. So I tell our guys all the time, like, we got to be invested in this program, and anytime your leadership is invested in, he's invested in it, Dr. Bowman's invested in it, and we got to have success at a high level. So I think that's one of the things that makes it special. And obviously the Morehouse brand, and I'm sure Coach Evans can speak on it because he's like the mayor around here. Everybody loves Coach Evans. But the academic piece of it is at this level. We're striving every day to get our athletics up to that level too. So anytime you can get a high level academic and then play high level basketball, just high level sports at Morehouse, you get the best of both worlds, because a lot of schools you go to, you're going to get either high academics and low athletics, or vice versa. Now you got really good athletics, but the academic piece of it, you might as well throw it in the trash. But here you get the best of both worlds. So I think that, along with the leadership, makes it very, very special.
Yeah, that's amazing, Coach. I totally agree with everything you said. The support from ADLS, from the alumni, from people like Brother Conte. I mean, this is a special place, and if your child comes here, like AD Ellis was saying, it's like they're part of our family. We treat them as such. The golf team, we've really strived to create experiences that you can't get anywhere. I don't care if it's Georgia Tech or Georgia, anywhere else. Every year we're guests of Mercedes-Benz at the Masters golf tournament in Augusta, Georgia, which is one of the golf four majors. We stay in, we have our own home they put us up in. We drive down Magnolia Lane. We just competed in a tournament outside of the Charlotte area recently. An alumnus had us over at his home with a great dinner and invited 15 local businessmen to come speak to our team about internships and financial literacy. And those are the kind of things that really set us apart. We also partner with Eastside Golf. the two men that founded that company used to play golf at Morehouse. We've been to New York and played Liberty National Golf Club. They invited us up for a fundraiser up there, and we took ferry rides from Manhattan over to New Jersey to the golf course next to the Statue of Liberty. Anthony Anderson is like a uncle to some of the players on the team. He really is latched on and played golf with some of the guys and took a liking to them, and just so many special things. And I call it the Morehouse magic. Is people that really want to see us succeed and see us win and support us. So I mean, not only just golf team, but all athletics here at Morehouse. It's a really special experience.
Thank you so much for those answers, Coach Dixon and Coach Evans. Our next question, let's see. Coach Dixon, does the basketball program allow official or unofficial visits?
Yes. We're recruiting some kids actively now. We got, I think, maybe 2 or 3 kids coming in this weekend. So yeah, that's part of the recruiting process, and that's part of us getting to know the kids and their families off the court. Because I mean, a lot of times when we go to schools to see kids, we already know they can play because we're not wasting time. We're gonna see what kind of kid they are. We'll talk to the janitor or the cafeteria lady. How is Joe Blow? Is he a good kid? How does he treat his mom? I always ask that question because I'm a mama's boy hard. And if you treat your mom bad or talk any kind of way, then what you gonna say to me? So I just try to find out as much information as possible. So the official visit, unofficial visits, all that is wrapped up into building the relationship and getting to know not only the kid, because parents, I'll give you an example. We try not to recruit crazy parents because they're sometimes a pain in the rear end than the kids are. So, when you're at these events, govern yourself accordingly. And that's just general information, whether it comes to Morehouse or not. Because believe it or not, when we're sitting down there watching kids, sometimes we're talking about the parents more than we're talking about the kids. So, we try to find out as much information as possible. And that's what the official and unofficial visits do for you.
Appreciate it, Coach. And Coach Evans, I'm going to bring you back. You talked briefly about some of the upgrades in the golf facilities. I want you to provide a little more detail about that. I want you to brag on that golf simulator and that weight room and locker room for the golf team. So can you expound on that a little bit more?
Absolutely. We got so much local support to build some new facilities, and also support from the administration and ADLs to help us find places that we could place these facilities on campus. So the facilities we built are right in Forbes Arena, which is right on the ground floor where our basketball court is and where our sports building is. And so our golf simulator room has world class and the best technology in the world. We have TrackMan in our golf simulator. We also have a putting green where they can work on their putts. We were able to refurbish a locker room as well, which is kind of like walking into a country club. Everybody has their wooden lockers, their name tags, fridge in there. And we also have the equipment to where they can adjust their clubs. So if they need to adjust the lie angles or the loft on their clubs, they have all the equipment just like the tour players do, or the people who play on the PGA Tour. They have all the equipment to adjust their clubs. They can change the grips on their clubs. So everything you could possibly need, you can do it right here at Morehouse. Same thing that Georgia Tech or Georgia or any other D1 school has to better their golf game. We have it here. We also were able to build out or refurbish our weight room, and that serves all the athletics. Any of the athletes can go in there with our trainers and get a workout in. Our kinesiology department has a few weight room classes that utilize it as well, and so it's really something that everybody can utilize in a big win for us. And we're just getting started. There are going to be more things to come, more facilities to come, and we're going to expand. But I'm so proud and so excited of what we've done in a short amount of time, and the best is yet to come, no doubt about it.
Man, appreciate it, Coach. And we have time for one more question. And tonight's last question is going to be, Do you have dual sport student athletes at Morehouse? Is this allowed or encouraged?
So we've had dual sports athletes in the past, but yeah, we have Logan. Logan is a dual sport. He's a track high jump. He's a track high jumper, and he's also a basketball player. We encourage that to be dual sports. I mean, I think those are the better athletes. So yes, we don't stand in the way of dual sports athletes. And right now, with Coach Dixon, so that was one of the first kids I told Coach Dixon about when he inherited it. I said, "Hey, look, you got a kid on the track team that he almost won the high jump, and he was on the basketball team last year, and he was a young kid." So we do encourage dual sport athletes. We've in the past we've had football players. One of our better football players. He also played basketball. He was one like got one defensive player of the year in basketball, but he was actually a football player. So yes, we encourage it. And here it goes again. You can get money from both sports. Coach Dix can speak for this. You know, Logan is getting money for track, and he's getting money for basketball. So the more sports you can play, the more sports you can do, it works out in their favor. So yes, we do encourage the dual sport athletes.
We actually have two of them this year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the freshman.
Blake Pollock is a freshman. He got money from both sports. And so did Logan. So that helps out tremendously. And I don't mind it, actually. And both of those kids are in shape. I know they'll coach will get him in shape when he goes out there. So for me, it's good. It's no different than high school. When I was a high school coach, I encouraged our guys to play 3 sports. So I get it. I did it in high school many years ago, but I did it. So yeah, it's definitely doable.
So thank you so much. Our athletic director, Harold Ellis, our head basketball coach, Larry Dixon, our head golf coach, Edgar Evans Jr. Thank you so much for providing this detailed information and giving a close glimpse into what athletics means at Morehouse and the type of students that we look for and where our program is and more importantly, where our program is going. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for giving of your time tonight and sharing this very detailed information. For those on the call, again, you have those contacts in terms of recruitment contacts at Morehouse. Reach out to these coaches. Make sure that you are letting them know your interest in their sports and providing the information that they need to start the recruitment process. So reach out to our coaches. I also want to remind you again about upcoming events. Again, we have our on-campus information session this Thursday, October 16th. So if you've never visited Morehouse and want to get more information about the admissions process and general questions about Morehouse, please come visit our campus this Thursday, October 16th at 5:30 p.m. The link is in the chat. And you'll see the link on the page, but at the bottom of the page, but the link is in the chat. So here is your opportunity this week to come visit our campus and learn more about Morehouse. And then our virtual info session coming up on Saturday, November 8th at 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Again, that link was in the chat. You can also take a screenshot of this page so you can register for our Saturday showcase virtual info session. If you can't get to campus but want to get more detailed information about Morehouse, the admissions process, various departments on campus, please make sure you participate in that as well. Again, I want to say thank you to our athletic director, Harold Ellis, our head golf coach, Edgar Evans, our head basketball coach, Larry Dixon. Make sure you visit our athletics website at morehouseathletics.com so you can keep up with the news and what's going on with our athletic program, and then visit morehouse.edu to learn more about the institution and morehouse.edu/admissions to learn more about the admissions process. So before we close, I'm going to provide our coaches and the athletic director any final words for tonight's guests.
Hey, yeah, I just want to keep in mind, hey, it's all about funding, especially HBCUs. It's all about the funding. So if you plan on attending or you plan on sending your kids to Morehouse College, please think about the athletic funding. We need all the finance we can get. Homecoming, we're doing a big push with athletics for every sport. We're going to have a QR code in the stadium where you can just donate. All money counts. We need everything. Coach Evans, Coach Dixon, all the coaches there. We need all the funding we can get for the school because we want to continue to build high-level athletic facilities, and we want to continue to build a brand. So we have to travel around nationwide, and funding helps. So if you parents, you plan on sending your son to Morehouse College, please donate. It's a QR code. You can go on the athletic website. You can go on the Morehouse School website. You can donate to golf. You can donate to basketball. You can donate to football. We track, cross country. We have every sport. You can donate to the athletic department, which actually helps Coach Dixon and it helps Coach Evans get around and maneuver throughout the season, and our track team and baseball. So please think about it. When you think about donating HBCU, please think Morehouse College. We're a place, and like I said, we educate high-level young Black men more than anybody in the world. It's a top-notch school. I put us up there at the number one with everybody, so we compete academically and athletically.
Any final words, Coach Dixon or Coach Evans? Any parting words?
No, not for me. Just thank everybody for getting on here. Anything I can do to help in this recruiting process, just reach out. If you're in the area, we'd love to get everybody here October the 24th, 7 o'clock. We got our first game against Georgia State in Forbes Arena. So love to get as many people as we can, trying to change the environment. We call it a party in Forbes, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to play fast paced. We're going to defend and have a good time and see where the chips fall, where they may. But appreciate everybody's support.
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, you have our information, please reach out. We'd be more than happy to talk to you via call or email, whatever you prefer. But looking to open up the lines of communications and answer any questions you may have.
Again, ADL is Coach Dixon, Coach Evans. Thank you all for being on this call tonight to learn more about Morehouse Athletics. As a reminder, this video recording will be on the Tiger Talks, the Morehouse YouTube page. So if you came in a little late and want to go back and see the video, give us about a day and it will be posted on the Morehouse YouTube page for you to review and go back and see the video and check the detailed information that was provided on this call. So thank you for being here tonight. Hopefully you all learned more about Morehouse Athletics, and we're excited about the future of our athletic program. So everyone have a wonderful evening. Homecoming is getting started on campus. So if you come visit us on Thursday for our info session, our campus is going to be, it's going to be something and an sight to behold. So come check us out, and you all have a wonderful and blessed evening.
Thank you, guys.